My two Satoshis, this is my two Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest. I'm stacking Toshis, yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is November 17th, 2020, and let me give a shout out to Wire Sparks yet again for another song request. He's got one from D'Angelo, R&B singer. Send it on. Thanks for the song request. He asks, where's Jane Bond? Brother, I have no clue, but Jane Bond, if you're listening and watching, hit me up. Definitely would love to have you back on for a kicking session. But again, welcome guys to another episode. Today, we are going to be looking at the boomers. We got two boomers today we're going to look at, as you saw on the thumbnail, your guy, Peter Schiff. I just don't understand this guy. Please, somebody out there help me. Why is this guy still so against Bitcoin? His own son has joined the Bitcoin bandwagon. But look, so since Peter Schiff said Bitcoin was a done deal, he didn't care about the coins that were locked in the wallet, that he forgot the private key or whatever. I don't know what this boomer was doing, but he said it didn't matter because it's going to be worth less than if he could have gotten the private keys from that wallet. Well, since then, it has jumped 375%. Yikes, when is he ever going to learn? I don't think he will. So we'll take a look at that. And also, we got another boomer this time. And, you know, I have to say, this one's a little different because at least Nouriel Rubino has jumped on the Bitcoin bandwagon. I think I heard that from my man Max Kaiser. He just, I think, tweeted this a few weeks ago that Nouriel Rubini is finally a Bitcoiner. But now he's talking about DeFi being trash. Now, come on, Mr. Rubini. You just joined the Bitcoin train. Don't get ahead of yourself. Learn about this space first before you go jump into conclusions. But we'll take a look at what this boomer said about DeFi being junk vaporware, quote unquote. And then lastly, we're going to take a look at Ethereum. You know, I've been tracking this for you guys. Ethereum 2.0 is only a week away, but guess what? There's only 18% of the network ready for the upgrade. What is going on? We'll take a look at this out of Decrypt Media and also one out of AMB Crypto. So all three articles coming up on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Let's get it, guys. Find these types of videos informative. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Yes, it is going ham yet again. You guys know I told you all clear skies until all-time highs. That's my phrase. But I just want to go over one thing with you guys regarding Bitcoin and where do we go from here? All right, this is on Dudex. I want to show you that, of course, we could pull back at some point to this trend line. That's a possibility. I think we don't see that until we touch all-time highs. We may see a pullback to this trend line at some point in the future. So that could be anywhere between 17,500 all the way up to maybe about 18,500. This trend line here. So it just depends on how fast Bitcoin gets to that all-time high. And speaking of Dudex, click the link in the description below, sign up, and if you use that link and sign up, fund your account over at Dudex. I think they have like, if you fund it with more than $500, you actually get $70 in trading bonuses. But if you sign up, send me an email at algo@cryptoblood.io. I will give you a free month's worth of my algorithm, automated trading, hands-free. That's the way to go with trading nowadays. I'm gonna be honest with you. But what I need to show you guys is this point. I normally don't use Fibonacci retracements and extensions simply because I don't see them necessary for my style of trading. Do they work? Sure, they work, especially on a higher time frame. So we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily right now. So what we're gonna do is extend this outward from the low in 2020, which was in March. As you guys can see down there, we're going to take that out, and I'm not going to explain exactly how I derive my Fibonacci extensions because most people that I've seen online do them wrong. I'm just be honest with you. So let me just line this up good for us. Boom, that looks good to me. I'm just going to move this over a little bit like this. What we have from here, ironically enough, all-time high lines up perfectly, almost perfectly with the 161 extension, and that's the 20,000, right? And then from there, once we get there, if we don't see a real rejection, we're going to extend even higher, which is going to take us to around 30,000, and that's the 261% extension. So that is our roadmap for Bitcoin into uncharted territory. We've got 20K, of course, that's all-time high. Next is 30K. So look out for 30,000. If we blow past this 20,000 area, the next stop will be 30,000, and then from there, the last stop is actually roughly around 40,000. As you guys can see there perfectly, the 361% extension lands perfectly at $40,000 Bitcoin. I think we're heading for 30K if we can blow past this 20K all-time high. So that's where we are with Bitcoin. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up on the Fib extensions. I normally don't do those, but this is the time to do something like that. All right, as we head towards all-time highs. You have nothing else to gauge it off of. Let's take a look at the first article, Decrypt Media. We've got Ethereum only 18% ready for ETH 2.0 with 1 week to go. So Ethereum's 2.0 upgrade needs over 524,000 ETH by November 24th in order to launch on December 1st as planned. Right now, it's only 18% of the way there. Not a good look. And so if you guys weren't familiar with how this upgrade to phase 0 is going to go, you have to have at least that amount, 524,000 ETH, to make the upgrade official and actually go live. So more people need to deposit their ETH into the contract. I'm gonna be honest, I just don't see it happening. I do not see it happening. This is going to be an interesting test of confidence for Ethereum 2.0. So the upgrade is set to be released December 1st, but only 18% of the required amount has been staked. If the full amount isn't deposited in time, the project will face delays yet again. And yet again, Crypto Blood, Crypto Damus will be right. So according to Dune Analytics, only 95,648 ETH has actually been committed to ETH 2.0's deposit contract. What's more, in order to launch on December 1st as planned, all the ETH must be deposited to the contract 7 days prior, according to Ethereum's foundation. Yikes, that is not a good vote of confidence for Ethereum 2.0. So AMB Crypto goes on to talk about this whole situation and how actually Vitalik Buterin did commit 3,200 ETH to phase 0's contract in the first week of November. Sure, he was hoping that more people would follow suit, while another 17,000 ETH was added after him. Ryan had made it clear that the Genesis block will only be triggered if the required amount of ETH is in the contract almost a week ahead of the launch. If not, Genesis will be triggered 7 days after this threshold has been met, whenever that may be. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it happening on that deadline. Just don't see that much ETH going over in this time when people are enjoying the gains with ETH1 right now. And, you know, they have a lot of the lending programs ready for, you to migrate over. I've talked about those. I've discussed that on my channel. You guys let me know. Do you think ETH 2.0 is going to actually launch phase 0 in a few days here? I don't see it happening. So after phase 0, guys, and this is when phase 1 really is the meat and potatoes behind ETH 2.0. That is when you'll really see what they're supposedly calling the new performance upgrades and so on and so forth. And in that phase 1, you'll be able to have POS mining. We'll also be responsible for assigning stakers as validators for shard chains. That is far away, guys. I've been telling you this. Far, far away. Doesn't seem to have an effect on the price of Ethereum, though, because me personally, Ethereum is looked at in the market as a speculative asset. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. So we'll see what happens. Let me know, do you think Ethereum 2.0 phase 0 will launch with enough staked behind it? Just don't see it happening. So before we get to the first boomer, that at least I'm going to talk about this guy first, because he is on the bandwagon with Bitcoin, but now he's got an opinion about DeFi. Nouriel Roubini said that centralized finance is the future of fintech. So we're supposed to take this guy's word, which he is a smart guy when it comes to traditional markets. I follow him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not ragging on him regarding that, but all I'm saying is the guy just got to Bitcoin. He just took the red pill. and now he has an opinion about DeFi. Why would we in the markets, in crypto, listen to him? What validity does he have? He's just getting here. But anyway, the American Economist has questioned the very purpose of the booming decentralized finance industry in the recent tweet, slamming it as the new crypto fad or junk vaporware. He maintains that the existence of great cheap fintech solutions eliminates the need for fancy blockchain applications. Gosh, he just doesn't get it. But the thing that Rubini is trying to point out is that here in, we take a look at Venezuela, where they're going through crazy hyperinflation situations right now. They're saying that they're ditching their worthless currency for Zelle and not Bitcoin. This is going to be, something that we're going to have to battle with, the Zelles of the world, the Cash Apps, because it's basically replicating most of the benefits of a cryptocurrency. Instant payment, transactions, borderless, right? All that type of stuff. We're seeing that with Cash App. We're seeing that with Zelle and Venmo. But it's just going to take more time, in my opinion, for people to realize that we're talking about sending their money, Federal Reserve notes, fiat currencies is being printed on a daily basis. That's like the last key to why you want to maintain your own cryptocurrency wallets and be able to send money and transfer values like that way without using the Federal Reserve cartel paper. And one example is that in July, Wells Fargo actually abruptly removed their access to Zelle since the app is not intended for businesses. So, that's the type of thing you can have happen when you're dealing within the Cash Apps, the Zelles, the Venmos of the world. You're always at the mercy of them, the banks. Got a little bit more to learn on this side of things. You definitely are an OG and know a lot about the traditional finance, Mr. Rubini, but man, you just got to Bitcoin. Cool it down, player. And lastly, the last boomer we're going to talk about today is Peter Schiff. Oh, how we love to hate him and hate to love him. It's one of those types of relationships, right? So Peter Schiff gave anyone reading his tweet account in March maximum opportunity, quote unquote, to take profit on Bitcoin. And I think that was at 3,000 and something bucks. And guess what happened? Bitcoin bottomed at exactly the point that Goldbug Peter Schiff said it would crash further. And proponents are reminding him of his mistake. Of course, retweeting a now infamous tweet post that Schiff made in mid-March, popular trader Crypto Bull noted that he had accidentally called Bitcoin's bottom, not top. Well, if anyone knows by now, Schiff is good at assessing. Just like Nouriel Rubini, they're good at the traditional markets. I don't take anything away from them. Smart individuals. I follow both of them, more so even Peter Schiff than Nouriel. But it has just gotten it wrong, guys. I mean, it's been, since I've been in Bitcoin, he's been touting how horrible it is and just bagging on crypto. That's been 7.5 years now. And look at how much money he has lost in potential gains he's lost for his clients. His clients should really be mad at all of the potential gains they missed out on, not so much what they've done with gold, right? They could have bought like 10,000 times more gold if they would have just purchased a little bit of Bitcoin. It makes no sense. But the famous tweet that Peter Schiff made on that day in March sometime he says, at the rate my lost Bitcoin are losing value soon, the difference between having Bitcoin and not having any Bitcoin will be too small to matter. Oh, God. Talking about embarrassing.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
So are you like me? Do you use Peter Schiff as a contra-trading mechanism or indicator? I would. Anytime he comes out talking about Bitcoin is horrible and this and this and that, that's when you buy more. Now the day that this guy Peter Schiff comes out and says he's buying Bitcoin, that is the day I'm selling my Bitcoin. Let me know your comments and thoughts on that in the section below. That's pretty much it, though, for today, ladies and gents. Shout out again to my man Wire Sparks for the song request. D'Angelo, send it on. If you found this video informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And click that bell to receive more videos like this. That's my two Satoshis. I'm out here. Holla!